Yes.
Robert Meadows writes, will Andy Serkis ever win an Oscar?
Oh man, that's a discussion that comes up every time one of his movies
Right.
come. Like at this table we have some differences of opinion, which is understandable. This is untreaded upon territory. Andy Serkis is kind of breaking new ground and raising questions for us as film fans that we've never really faced before. We've never considered a motion capture person for an Oscar until Andy Serkis started doing it.
Right.
I do believe it ain't going to happen this year. It ain't going to happen in next year. I do believe Andy Serkis is going to get at least a nomination. I'll go so far as to say, I believe within the next 5 years, maybe 10, Andy Serkis will get a nomination because he is so consistent in what he brings. And I think what he brings, more and more people are recognizing it. So I think within the next 5 years, I think it's going to happen. Schnepp, do you think it's going to happen?
I think they're going to have to create a subcategory
That's
for
a
it.
possibility.
And I think that's fair. I mean, there's categories for best actor, best supporting actor. Are there categories for best voiceover? There should be a category for best motion capture because that's where we're headed. And we're headed there with not only just movies, but with virtual reality and all the different kinds of all-encompassing, kinds of, shows and events that we're going to be seeing in the future. I think Andy Serkis is an incredible actor just as an actor alone, not an enhanced motion capture actor. I think he's a great actor. So I think at some point in the near future, you're going to see him not just being a great actor, but being nominated for it.
Well, we already know Leo's winning this year for The Revenant, but I think the best supporting actor could go to Snow, baby. If not this year, it could happen. Okay, The Force Awakens could be awesome and it could get nominated for a lot of Oscars. Having said that, I think he's definitely going to win an Oscar at some point for something. I would assume it would be best supporting actor, but even if it's not that, even if they do something with performance capture, where even if how they host the Oscars, but then at a certain point during the ceremony they cut away to 2 weeks ago at the Science and Technical Awards, hosted by like Alan Thicke or somebody. We gave away a lot. Everybody loves the Sieber family. Right. He might win one of those, if nothing else. So, yes, Andy Serkis will definitely have some hardware from the Oscars on his mantle at some point. Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Matt Calixte writes, what are the jobs of a producer, executive producer, and an associate producer in a film? Are they the same job?
No, they're not the same job, but they're also very fluid in that, look, somewhere there's a written description of what they are. And then 3 doors down from that is a totally different written description. Right. I think actually in the last couple of years, I think those descriptions have started to become a little bit more I think people are starting to adapt a little bit of standard, but really producer is one of those titles on something that from my perspective, I'd love to hear what you guys think, is that a producer could be somebody that works day in, day out on pulling that film together, getting everything that is needed, tirelessly putting in the hours and blah, blah, getting the right director, working with that. A producer could be, hey, I'm the one who gave you the phone number to the star of the movie. List me as a producer. I mean, it's a wildly fluctuating thing. Schnepp, you've worked within the business a lot. How would you define that to people?
Well, you listed off a bunch of them. Executive producer is within the television realm is usually someone who is a creator of the show. They also get that title of executive producer because they're overseeing the entire thing, the full tapestry. In movies, it could be the executive producer is the money guy or the money company or somebody who like helped get people to get the money or things like that. Producer, like if you watch The Simpsons, there's 5,000 producers on that title sequence, and they all do different things. The one person's the producer who's in charge of getting all the wrangling the voiceover talent, and they work with the talent coordinator and the casting director. So there's like a director and a producer, an executive producer, co-producer, co-executive producer. The one that gets the most laughs is usually the associate producer or the ass prod, because people are like, those are gimmies, or those are also people who helped in certain ways but didn't actually work completely on the production, so they get the associate producer credit. But I would never say anyone who gets any kind of a producerial credit is a giveaway. It's usually they helped or did something to help move the production along. So anybody who has a producerial credit, they did something, even if they were like, look, I gave you the phone number to the guy who got you the $5 million, you get a producer credit, because it wouldn't have happened without that person. So it's all part of the pie.
Yeah, I mean, everything I know about producing, I learned from Project Greenlight. So here we go. Is that producers are the most hands-on, then associate producers can work with producers. Executive producers are the most, you don't really know how to define it, because sometimes they are very hands-on. Other time, it's just Steven Spielberg calling Michael Bay and being like, maybe not so many shots of Bud Light. Like, maybe not so many cans of Bud Light in the Transformers movie, because you see the executive producer title, and usually, like, if it's like, oh, that guy executive produced that, it doesn't necessarily mean they had anything to do with the movie, but they helped in some way.
You know, you brought up Steven Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg, who I think is the greatest filmmaker of all time, but Steven Spielberg has produced cast checks for so many movies that I remember hearing J.J. Abrams telling the story. So Steven Spielberg was an executive producer on Super 8, the J.J. Abrams. But the way J.J. tells the story, he had one meeting with J.J. Abrams where he said, why don't you combine that with that and see how that goes? And he's executive producer. I mean, so it really is such a fluid thing.
It's awesome to see a guy like that, though, have the title of executive producer and not put his nose into everything. So, I mean, even though it's Steven Spielberg, we love the way the guy makes movies, but like Colin Trevorrow was talking about how Steven Spielberg let them take care.
Right.
Even though he was an executive producer on Lost World, Lost World? It's Jurassic World.
Yeah.
That's the good one. And he let them take care of the script and mold the story themselves. So it's pretty cool.
All right, what's next?
Loverboy writes, should there be a statute of limitations on reboots?
Say Loverboy again.
Loverboy.
Nope. No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah, Phantom Menace should be remade. I'm just kinda-
All right, what's next?
He also asked pizza or calzone, and I'm just really curious, pizza or calzone?
You know what? Years
does he
ago,
see
I
that?
was really a calzone guy, but I think I've gone to I like my traditional pizza. I really do.
Why is that even a...
yeah,
Why?
I
it's
thought it was
always
hilarious.
pizza.
I-
The
okay.
answer is pizza.
Pizza.
Oh, okay, that makes
Calzone's
sense.
a side.
Unless it's the low-cal calzone zone.
Never.
If any of you get that reference,
don't
good
get
for
it.
you.
I would have a hot pocket over a calzone, all right? Whoever thinks a
Oh, no,
calzone,
calzones
is
are
better
good.
than
Calzones are
Come down off
good.
your
Calzones are
ivory
good.
tower and eat with the rest of us plebes. Enjoy pizza.
Ellis,
God's
hang
gift to
on a
us.
second. What about pizza, calzone, pizza?
You missed one in there. You
All right,
missed
I'm
one
just saying,
note.
throw a calzone in there occasionally.
A
All right,
stromboli, maybe.
What's next?
Jason Smith writes, what fictional world from a film would you like to exist in?
Ooh, that's a good one.
See, there are a lot of worlds that I love on film, but I don't want to live there because I die. Die pretty
Right, the
fast.
Avatar world, I would die.
The Avatar
instantly.
world,
Yeah.
dead in 10 minutes. Any of the worlds in Star Wars, dead in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Middle Earth, no
Nope.
thank you. Maybe the Shire. Shire seems delightful.
They just be puffing away with a bunch of little guys.
I'll say the Shire. Why not? In Lord of the Rings.
Okay, all right. Look, just so you guys know out there, I play basketball all the time. I'm a huge basketball fan. I myself, and my mom thinks I'm 5'10", maybe. I play point guard in real life. But if I'm in the universe in Willow, I am playing center, and I am dominating every game like I'm Shaquille O'Neal. I want to go to the Willow universe.
All right, I'm going to live on that weird planet that Krull exists on.
Die. You're going to
No,
die.
I'm
You're
gonna
going to die so fast.
I can't think of anything.
Okay,
else.
wait. So I took Willow. You took
Krull.
You took Krull, and you took
Oh,
Lord
I
of the
took
Rings.
the Shire.
Which one of us survives longest?
Oh, I'm in the Shire. You kidding me?
I
I'm
think- I think
surviving
it's
the
you.
Shire.
You
I
just
think
hang out at the
Campia
bar,
lives.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
just being absorbed by some crystalline spider right now.
And if there's any
Nutrients,
threat to the
you know.
Shire, Gandalf shows up, keeps things in order.
You
No
hope he
problem.
does.
We're good.
You
All right,
hope he
what's
does.
next?
Angel writes, if you could mash up any movies, what would they be? Mine is The Inception of Elm Street.
I couldn't even answer that.
Ooh, that's awesome. The Inception of Elm
Yeah,
Street.
that's
Somebody
good.
write that right now. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
That's an interesting one. I would need like a half hour to think about it. I'm not gonna whip something
I
out.
will say Star-Lord, the Empire kills Thanos?
All right, what's next?
You're gonna think about that one though. We might come back to you.
Mr. Mac Cheese writes, what did you guys think of the Entourage movie?
I'm telling you right now, I like the Entourage movie. I went in it. I went to it. I sat through it. I laughed. I grinned. I chuckled. I came out and I had been entertained. I came out. Dennis and I talk about this once in a while. When I saw the ravenously negative feedback to it, I'm like, what movie were you people watching, or what movie did you think this was going to be? I wasn't a big fan of the show, but what can I say? I went in, I watched it, I giggled, I laughed, I thought it was funny, I had a nice little time. It's in my top 10 movies of the year, absolutely not, but it was an entertaining little film, I thought.
I didn't see the film. I loved the first couple seasons of Entourage, and I think they missed the window for me wanting to see a film version of it. I'll eventually see it. I did see the Turtle versus Ronda Rousey fight online. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the movie. The movie was exactly what it was supposed to be. It was made to be an Entourage, to be a 2-hour episode, and it was exactly that. So I liked it.
All right, what's next?
Sebastian Fila writes, what do you think would be the next big improvement in the movie theater experience?
Good question. See, I'm not into the gimmicks. I'm honestly, I don't like 3D. I don't like the 4D thing. The rumble in the seats is kind of cool. To me, I love the new technology advances that improve what we have. Like the Dolby Cinema at AMC Price, sharper picture, richer colors, deeper blacks, Dolby Atmos, surrounding sound where like rain, you can hear it moving across the theater. I like things that enhance those aspects. Some people have been talking about virtual reality is going to be the next big thing in movies. I honestly don't think that's going to catch on. So I don't know. What would be the next big thing that actually catches on? I couldn't tell you. I really don't know.
Well, I think the movie-going experience needs to be refined a little bit because of the technological advances that have gone forward and the movies have not caught up with. Cell phones. People need to not have their cell phones on when you're in a movie theater, and a lot of people have their cell phones on and are talking on the phone. And it's like it's one thing for you to have to get up and go police it by having to go get someone who works there to come back in, and then they have to stand there and watch somebody. Those are the things that I would like to see, policed a little bit better. I don't know if it's like you got to check. You have like little slots where you have to check your phone in. You get a key, you come back. It's things like that that are going to enforce the ability to enjoy a film with everyone else in a giant theater, because I think a lot of people are coming from their home environment and just thinking that because they're with their friends, they're in their living room, but you're not. You're at a movie theater. So I think to make the movie going experience and maintain that it is a special place to go to and enjoy, you have to create a few more defining boundaries, not that take away, but just enhance.
Yeah, I'm happy to check my cell phone and wait the extra time if nobody else gets one in the movie theater. Ejection seats are also something that I think we should look into. And then like everybody has like a little voting thing, and if enough people hit the button, that means that whoever's talking gets ejected out of the movie theater. If you don't want to go that extreme, how about this stop talking thing before the previews come on instead of after the previews come on? I cannot stand when people are still talking during the trailers. It pisses me off to no end. I was seeing a movie the other day and just people cackling in the background when I'm trying to watch the Star Wars trailer that was on the big screen. It's like, shut up. There's stuff going on.
I gotta admit, I generally don't mind it when people are talking during the previews. I don't mind when people talking during the previews, but it really irritates me when they talk.
And I hate when people give their little review of the trailer after it's over.
Right.
Like, oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, thanks for your opinion.
Isn't that what you do for a living?
Yeah, but people watch me on YouTube. I'm not forcing it into their homes.
All right, 2 more quick ones. We'll do them rapid fire.
Curtis Lopez writes, any chances for a Peanuts sequel?
Yes, absolutely. Making $45 million opening weekend.
That's probably already happening.
Yeah.
There's thousands of stories you can tell in the Peanuts universe. I'd love to see 20 more.
All right, what's next?
Santana McNair writes, who is the one actor/actress who keeps getting work and you just can't understand why?
Oh, wow. I think there are a couple of those that I think about. I mean, there are a few that have always been longstanding ones with me, but that don't actually get work anymore. Chris Tucker was one of them. He doesn't get a lot of stuff. No, I don't like Chris. I think he's a great stand-up comedian. I really do. But I think
You didn't like him in
terrible
Silver
movies.
Linings Playbook?
No, I didn't. Oh. No, I didn't actually. I like the movie, but that doesn't mean I like.
You were probably
everybody in
talking
it.
during the preview, and then
Yes,
that
yes,
bled
absolutely.
into.
Yeah, pulled out my phone while he was talking. But I can't think of anybody who's actually still getting work right now that I can think of. I mean, I know what Christian's in the room right now. I know exactly what Christian would say. Jai Courtney, ladies and gentlemen. I knew exactly where he was going to go with that. I know a lot of people feel the same way too. Can you think of any off the top of your head before we wrap this up?
No, I can't think of anybody that I really hate. I'm still trying to think of the combining the movie universes and like something really good for that. And I just can't quite. I want to put the cast from The Naked Gun in something that's serious. I'm not sure what yet. Maybe like Back to the Future.
Wait, what about Naked Gun Airplane? Wait, that's the same.
Same.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.